Hey guys, Thatnub here. Today it is going to be crazy hot, something like 110, 112 degrees. So while it's still only 6 o'clock and 75 degrees, we are going to mow the grass. Came out to do that, and check this out. Will not start. So I thought this would be a good opportunity to try out my new jump starter that I just got. We're going to go ahead and pull this thing out and plug it in and get this thing jumped. We're going to take this battery charger here off because that is probably our reason why we are not getting a charge on our battery. We'll fix that later. Plug this here into the positive and this right here into the negative. On the side here we have a little opening. We stick this in. There's only one way it can go, is that way. We got a little light here that says that we are correct. And let's go ahead and try to start it. Now that we are back inside and we are nice and cool, let's go ahead and open this thing up and see what we get. So we get a warranty card and an instruction manual, which who needs that? We have our jumper cables here, and we have our battery. We also have our charger and our USB-C. Oh, that's cool. I did not see this when I first opened the box, or I would have showed this to you guys earlier when we were outside. So we will go to the car and get my other jump start kit, and I will show this off too. But we have a USB to USB-C charging cable. One of the things that I like about this case is where the jumper cables go. There is a divot here and there's a little divot right here. So when you put these in, just throw those in here, stick that in there, and it all fits nice and easy back in the case. This is the case that I usually have in my car, and you can see all of the cables and stuff go in this pouch right here. And you really have to know exactly how to fit it in here to get it in here without it being a mess. So usually after I have to jump somebody or something, I'm not spending time putting all this in. So all just kind of gets thrown here, thrown into the bag and put away, and then hopefully later on I'll come back and spend the time to fit it in here nice and neat. So I really appreciate how this is designed, that I can just take this out, use it for whatever it is I need to do, and then just take it, put it back in there, boom, done, close it up. That's pretty cool. So let's check this thing out. On the top here we have a compass, because why not? And we have a power button. Power button is going to control the light on the front of this thing. Now usually I'm not going to use the light on one of these, but this one has an extra feature that I kind of like. So if we hold down the power button for about 2 or 3 seconds, we will get our light. And this has a strobe, so here's your warning. Click one time and we get to our strobe. Click it again and we get to SOS. Hold the button down and we will turn off the light. But if we double click this light, and this is a feature that I like, we get a little red flashing warning light. That's pretty cool. Just click it again, it'll turn that off. On the side here we have our port for the jump starter. We have some input and outputs here for the power cable, which is right here. Plugs into our port here, and then we can unravel this a bit and plug it in and start charging. You can see we're at 95%. It says in, and it is charging. We also have our output, which is for this, and that's pretty cool because we can plug in a little air compressor. And now we have some power on that, which is pretty cool. We have goat heads on our property, so our tire on the tractor is always getting flat, so I always have to use the air compressor to pump up the tires. Here we have a 1.0 amp output and a 2.1 amp output, so we can use our USB-C charger to charge tablets or phones or flashlights or whatever you got, just in case you don't have an extra backup battery somewhere. That's pretty cool too. And last we have where the jumpers plug in. We already saw that, but we plug that in there. And on the side here we have some buttons that are going to tell us if everything is plugged in correctly and ready to jump your vehicle. We also have a boost, which is there just in case you need an extra little bit of power, your battery's really dead. You saw when we were doing the tractor, I didn't have to use that because the battery was just barely dead, but sometimes there's a vehicle that's just DED dead. So take that button, push it down, and it'll give you all the power this thing can use. Here is a quick peek at some specs. 18,000 milliamp hours, 66.6 watt hours. That is a little bit of power. Peak current is 2,000 amps. That's for jumping your vehicle. Input 15 volt 1 amp. That is for the power cord to charge it. Now that thing, when it is charging, it doesn't get hot, but it does get a little bit warm. So it is pushing some power through there. But it charges up pretty quick. Our output is 5 volt or 9 volt at 2.1 amps and a 12 volt output at 10 amps. Well, that's all I have for this video. Bang around that bell icon if you want to be notified when new videos come out. Call us on the hotline if you have comments or questions and want to be featured in an upcoming video. Don't forget to comment, rate, subscribe. Check us out on the website, and we'll see you guys on the next one.